This is something I have been asked twice in 2 weeks, so I thought perhaps that was a little hint that I should record a video for it. And the question is how to protect just parts of your document against other people editing it. So you might well already know that if you were to do File, Save As, this is where you would see those options under the Tools button, under General Options, where you can password protect the whole document. So you could add a password so people can only open the document if they know the password, or they can only modify the document if they know the password. But that's for the whole file. That doesn't answer our question around how do I protect just parts of a Word document. But that's what this Protect Document button does here. Now, I'm not actually going to click it at this stage because there's a bit more setup that I need to do. So I'm going to cancel out of that and cancel out of that, because what I need to do in advance is divide up my document into sections so then I can identify which bit of the document people can edit. So if you imagine that I want people to be allowed to edit the table but nothing else in the whole document. So that means I need this table to be in a section all by itself. So if you've not come across sections before, what you need to do, you need to put your cursor in position, go to your page layout tab, and I'm going to add in a continuous section break. So if I click that, I'm going to do the same underneath the table as well, add in a continuous section break. And what I would suggest you do at this stage is turn on your sections on your status bar at the bottom. So you can see mine says section 3 here. That probably isn't going to be showing by default. So if you right click down there and make sure you've got your sections showing, that means I can see that this, where my cursor is clicked just here, is in section 3. The table, you'll see that's just changed down the bottom left hand corner to section 2, is in section 2, and the very first paragraph is section 1. And in fact, if you turn on those Pilcrow symbols so you can see the sort of the hidden codes, you'll be able to see those continuous section breaks, so I know that that table is in section 2, so that's the section I want to allow people to edit. So now I'm ready to go to that option that I showed you briefly before, but you get to it from the Review tab. So this is just the same if I had chosen that Protect Document button in the General Save Options dialog box I showed you a second ago. But I've got to it this time from the Review tab. You'll see it's opened up the Restrict Editing pane on the right hand side of the screen. So I'm not worried about the formatting, it's actually editing I'm worried about. So number 2 there, I'm going to tick that to say I only want to allow a certain type of editing in the document, and the option you need to choose is filling in forms. It sounds a bit odd, but if you choose that, then that allows you to identify which sections you want to protect. So as we know, I want them to be able to edit section 2, so I'm not going to have that ticked, but I want to keep sections 1 and 3 protected. Click OK. And if you then choose the option Yes, Start Enforcing Protection, in real life I would guess you would add a password at this stage, but you don't have to, so I'm going to just click OK. And what you'll see is if I try, and I'm clicking and dragging my mouse over that first paragraph and I can't even select the text. Same with this bottom bit here, I can't, but if I click in the table I can go ahead and edit that, no problem at all. But I can't even, keep the text selected to copy and paste the text around it. So that's the way you do it.